Welcome to the wild world of NFL billionaires. American football moneybag from humble beginnings to owning the most iconic teams, we're diving into the top 10 wealthiest NFL team owners. Ever wondered who's calling the shots behind your favorite team? Find out who's on top with a net worth of a mind-boggling $110.8 billion, or who's been through ups, downs, and Super Bowl glory to become a major player in the NFL ownership game. Stick around to discover which owner is the scariest investor and which one is truly making waves in the NFL. It's a cuteness overload with a hint of danger. Face screaming for teddy bear. Let's get started. Jimmy Haslam, net worth $8.5 billion. Owner of the Cleveland Browns. Jerry Haslam owns the major truck stop chain Pilot Flying J and begins our list of richest NFL owners. While he inherited Pilot from his father, his role in its expansion is the main contributor to his enormous wealth. Haslam has overseen two key mergers as CEO. Jimmy Haslam bought the Cleveland Browns in 2012 for $1 billion. The team has had ups and downs since then. The Browns struggled under Haslam's leadership initially, but won their first playoff game since 1994 in 2020. By investing in the franchise infrastructure and fan experience, Haslam has still increased the team's value to $4.62 billion. It's safe to say buying into NFL ownership was a good investment. Haslam's net worth has increased by 185% in the last decade. Stephen Ross. Net worth $10.1 billion. Owner of the Miami Dolphins. Stephen Ross grew up in a middle-class family. He went to law school and worked in tax law and corporate law. In 1972, he founded the Related Companies, a real estate development firm. The company started with a focus on affordable housing and expanded from there. Ross led the development of Hudson Yards in New York City. Stephen Ross bought a 50% stake in the Miami Dolphins and their stadium in 2008 for $550 million. He increased his stake to 95% in 2009. While the Dolphins have struggled with deep playoff runs under Ross's ownership, they have improved their facilities and community presence. Ross has also focused on improving the stadium and the surrounding area to enhance the fan experience. The Dolphins placed second in the AFC East in 2024 and lost in the wild card round of the playoffs. Still, the Dolphins are highly valued at $5.7 billion. Robert Kraft, net worth $11.1 billion. Owner of the New England Patriots. Robert Kraft made his fortune by expanding his father-in-law's packaging company after taking over in 1968. He transformed the company, Rand Whitney Group, into a titan of the industry. In 1972, Kraft founded International Forest Products, a trading company that expanded his influence in packaging. Kraft eventually consolidated his holdings into the Kraft Group. Robert Kraft has owned the New England Patriots since 1994 when he purchased them for $172 million. Before this, in 1988, he purchased the stadium out of bankruptcy to keep the Patriots in Massachusetts. This proved to be a shrewd piece of business. The Pats were tied to a strict lease with the stadium until 2001. Two different owners in the early 90s tried to move the team to another city, but Kraft wouldn't budge on breaking the lease. James Orthwein, the previous Pats owner, eventually sold the franchise to Kraft. Under Kraft ownership, the New England Patriots have won a whopping 6 Super Bowls. They're the most successful NFL franchise and one of the highest valued, $7 billion as of 2024. It's only appropriate that they have one of the richest owners in the NFL. Shahid Khan, net worth $13.3 billion. Owner of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Shahid Khan came to the U.S. in 1967 to attend university and worked part-time for $1.20 an hour while earning his degree. In 1980, he was able to buy Flex & Gate, an auto parts company he worked at. With a one-piece bumper design, Khan made the company a leading supplier in the industry. Shahid Khan bought the Jacksonville Jaguars for $770 million in 2011. Since taking over, the Jaguars have won 2 division championships and made a couple playoff appearances. With Khan's improved facilities and investments in better players, the team is now worth $4 billion. Jerry Jones, net worth, $16.6 billion. Owner of the Dallas Cowboys. Jerry Jones' father owned multiple insurance companies, but Jerry took his wealth to the stratosphere by founding the Jones Oil and Land Lease Company. In 1989, Jerry Jones bought the Dallas Cowboys for $150 million. Since the purchase, he's seen the team win 3 Super Bowls, a significant return on his investment since they'd only won twice before he bought the team. While they haven't won another since 1996, the team is valued at $9 billion, which makes the Cowboys the most valuable franchise in professional sports. Forbes estimates Jones' net worth to be a little more than $180 million when he purchased the Cowboys in 1989. Stan Kroenke, net worth, $16.2 billion. Owner of the Los Angeles Rams. Stan Kroenke founded the real estate development company the Kroenke Group in 1983, but his marriage into the Walton family, owners of Walmart, in 1974 certainly gave him a boost. Stan Kroenke has helmed the Los Angeles Rams since 2010, originally purchasing a 30% stake in the team in 1995. Under his ownership, the team moved from St. Louis to Los Angeles. The Rams have won 2 Super Bowls under the Kroenke leadership, with the most recent championship win in 2022. The team is worth $6.9 billion. Kroenke also owns the Denver Nuggets, NBA, Colorado Avalanche, NHL, Colorado Rapids, MLS, and Arsenal Football Club, EPL. Jody Allen, net worth, $20.3 billion. Owner of the Seattle Seahawks. Jody Allen's brother, Paul Allen, was a co-founder of Microsoft and left her his substantial fortune when he passed away in 2018. She is also the CEO of Vulcan Incorporated, a successful investment and project management company. Jody Allen inherited the Seahawks when her brother's stake, purchased in 1997, was passed to her when he died in 2018. Under her ownership, the Seattle Seahawks have retained their position as a competitive force in the NFL, appearing in multiple playoff finals. They last won the Super Bowl in 2013 and are valued at $1.87 billion. Allen also inherited a majority stake of the NBA team in Oregon, the Portland Trail Blazers. David Tepper, net worth, $20.6 billion. Owner of the Carolina Panthers. David Tepper's parents were middle-class Americans. Tepper himself is a hedge fund manager and founded Appaloosa Management in 1993. The hedge fund made billions by purchasing collapsed stocks during the 2008 financial crisis and waiting for them to bounce back. David Tepper bought the Carolina Panthers in 2018 for $2.2 billion, the highest price paid for an NFL team at that time. Since acquiring the Panthers, Tepper has invested in the team's infrastructure, including plans for a new practice facility and improvements to the stadium to modernize the franchise. He also pushed for a new coaching staff to maximize the team's potential. Still, the team has struggled. Their best performance was a 5-11 season in 2020, followed by a 5-12 record in 2021 and 2022. The Panthers are currently worth $4 billion, despite their on-field struggles. Clark Hunt, net worth, $24.8 billion. Co-owner of the Kansas City Chiefs. As the Hunt family patriarch, Clark Hunt's current net worth is $24.8 billion, much of which he gained from inheritance. While the Hunt family has had success with investments in sports and other businesses, much of the family wealth comes from Clark's grandfather, H. Else Hunt, who made a huge amount of money from the oil industry. The Kansas City Chiefs have been in the Hunt family since 1963. Lamar Hunt bought the Dallas Texans that year, moved the team to Kansas City, and renamed them the Chiefs, all at a purchase price of $25,000. Clark Hunt has overseen the Chiefs since 2006, when Lamar, his father, passed away. Under Clark, the Chiefs have made significant achievements, most recently highlighted by their 3 Super Bowl wins since 2019. The Kansas City Chiefs are valued at $4.3 billion. Rob Walton, net worth $110.8 billion as of December 2024. Owner of the Denver Broncos. Rob Walton is the oldest son of Sam Walton, the founder of Walmart, which is one of the most successful U.S. enterprises ever. Rob Walton bought the Denver Broncos in 2022 for $4.65 billion. Not that the purchase put much of a dent in his $65.4 billion fortune. Since taking ownership of the Broncos, Walton has assumed a major role in managing day-to-day operations of the much-loved franchise, and the value of the Broncos has increased to $5.1 billion. Unfortunately, this hasn't been matched by success on the gridiron. Denver hasn't made the playoffs since 2015.